It's times like these that people start reevaluating their lives and their priorities and begin focusing on what really matters. And what matters most right now is that the celebrities are safe. NBC News is reporting that Tom Hanks and his wife are back in the United States after recovering from the coronavirus in Australia. I know I speak for all of us when I say that despite the looming economic depression that we may be facing, I sure will be able to sleep better at night knowing that Tom Hanks made it back home safe. So far, I haven't seen any other celebrities who have been tested positive because they never leave their mansions and venture out into the public anyway. And since celebrities always know what's best, CNN decided to interview actor Penn about what needs to be done in this crisis. I know sometimes I put fake lower thirds over CNN clips as a joke, but this one is real. Penn on what needs to be done in the crisis. Speaking of washed up celebrities, or in this case, a never was, Kathy Griffin posted a selfie on social media showing that she was in the hospital, concerned that she had the coronavirus. She didn't have the symptoms, so they wouldn't give her the test, and of course she blamed President Trump. They later released her after diagnosing her with a stomach infection, possibly from eating her own poop, as dogs are sometimes known to do. And speaking of coronavirus attention seekers, Fredo, who has been tested positive, continues to do a show live from his wife's basement. His suits are all rentals and kept at the CNN studio, so instead he's just wearing his jammies. Aside from wasting an hour of CNN's airtime every night talking about himself and how tough he is for continuing to do his show despite being infected, now he's wasting the entire country's time. Every day, Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, holds a press conference to give an update on the situation in New York City, one of the most hardest hit areas in the country due to the population density. But now they're taking the Cuomo Brothers Comedy Hour on the road, and Andrew had Fredo Skype into the press conference.
I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. This is very tough. I get it now. I've now become part of this group of people who have this virus, and they're reaching out, and friends and people who are new friends. You came to me in a dream. You had on a very interesting ballet outfit, and you were dancing in the dream, and you were waving a wand and saying, "I wish I could wave my wand and make this go away." And then you spun around and you danced away.
Well, that's there's a lot of metaphoric reality in that one. I thank you for sharing that with us. It was kind of you. Obviously, it
I can't
has.
get that picture out of my head. That's all I see. And I look at you.
Obviously, the fever has affected your mental capacity and.
Yeah. And being alone all the time. I think everything I say is funny.
This is not Fredo's little show, by the way, on CNN. This was a nationally broadcasted press conference on most of the major networks. Look at this, poor Fox News aired what they thought would be an important press conference, only to have Fredo Skype in and start yucking it up with his brother. Of course, Fredo knew this would be good publicity for his show, so he made sure to wear his Cuomo primetime hats for the interview. In other news, after several weeks of having their hosts film their shows on their phone or their iPad, the big studios finally figured out how to set up a camera and some lights at their homes. For a while there, they were only posting their videos on their YouTube channels, but now that the production quality is actually somewhat decent, they're airing these homemade shows on television. Well, that is everyone except for Seth Meyers, who's still recording his show on what looks to be a webcam from 1998. The producers finally did buy him an external microphone from Amazon, and he is wearing it, but Seth is still too dumb to know that you have to go into the Skype settings and select the external microphone as the audio input. Otherwise, it's going to use the default setting of the mic and the webcam, which sounds like crap.
Hey everyone, I am back and I'm joined by my dear friend and AG band leader, Fred Armisen. Hi Fred, how are you, buddy?
Pretty good, man. As you can see, I'm using a webcam from the 90s too. Joe Biden, whose grandson is probably helping him produce his videos at home, is literally making better quality videos than NBC's Seth Meyers. If there is a silver lining to this whole pandemic, it's that BuzzFeed had to cut their staff's pay by 25%. CNN reports that 2020 was supposed to be a banner year for digital media. BuzzFeed, Group 9, and Vice each indicated that this year they would be profitable, a long, elusive goal for an industry bedeviled by diminishing ad dollars. But no one could have predicted that a global health crisis would hit just as business was picking up. Hundreds of journalists are being laid off, CNN says, right when the public needs them the most. Yeah, that's what we need right now. This is probably the best news that I've heard in the last few weeks. It might not be too late to save America after all. If you're a fan of my form of journalism and want to support my channel and signal to others who do too, head on over to my online store, markdice.com, or click the link in the description below and get one of my awesome shirts. You've seen them at Trump rallies and you've seen them on television because they are quite popular. So if you want to see one on yourself, head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.